What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Ho to Husband Podcast. I'm your host, Terry Duran. I got both of my co-hosts on the line with me tonight. I got my man, Jay Bob, on the building. What's good, man?
Not much, man. Looking forward to chopping it up with the fellas again tonight, man. Ain't having so good week in fantasy, man. You know, Nasty done gave me business. No Diddy before he but want to remind you, you can catch us on TikTok as well. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Ho to Husband Podcast. And for those interested in promos and shouts, shoot us a DM on IG at Ho to Husband Podcast, as well as email us at hotohusbandpodcast@gmail.com. All right, T.
I also got my man SD in the building. What's going on, bro?
Nothing, man. First off, I want to give condolences to Jay for what my fantasy team did to his team without Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey got a 0. I had to leave him in, and I still beat him by like 20 or 40 points. I can't remember. It was bad. And then second, I want to give a shout out to Brother Soul Productions for always keeping the background audio fresh. And I want to remind you all to donate to the Ho to Husband Podcast on Cash App and PayPal. All right, T.
I want to remind y'all can catch the audio playback of the podcast every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on thecore94.com. Tonight's episode is titled She's Too Lit. And we wanted to have a conversation about women that live a kind of a party girl lifestyle and how that impacts her dating life. But y'all know how we get around here, man. We like to discuss stuff that we've seen trending or on our timelines. We got a couple interesting posts to discuss this week. This first video is an interview of a chick that's on OnlyFans with her brother. And he's explaining to her how her career choice impacts his social life. Let's take a look.
As I've been leveling up, in my career, what's the craziest thing that's happened to you so far?
So there's this one kid, I'm not going to mention names, he is obsessed with you. Every time I'm on the bus, he takes his phone and he goes, "Oh, look, it's your sister." And he goes like this, "Oh, look at this." Yeah.
Are you okay?
Absolutely.
Do you care?
And they ask me, is it pink? I just tell them, pay for it and find out.
Man, watching that video, watching the fake outrage, you know what I'm saying? Like her covering her face and acting like she's ashamed or humiliated. When you're actually just monetizing the easiest commodity that women can use. But they never really think about the consequences of their behavior in situations like that. Like, I feel, the empathy for him. Like, I can't imagine how that feels where it's so affordable for your middle school or high school classmates to be able to pay for a subscription to your sister's nude.
Hey,
it's
man.
Dirty.
Listen, man, booty hole is at an all-time low. Hey, man, kids got $4.99. They got $4.99 now to go see your sister's booty or your mama's booty hole. Like they can see all of these here things, man. Like because they cheap. But calling OnlyFans a career choice is insane to me. That's insane to me. That's not a career choice. You just naked. Like that's not a career. A career is something that you actually are proud of, that you went to school for or something like that, to where you're okay.
Skill involved.
Yeah, ain't no skill involved on pushing a double destroyer up your coochie, sweetheart. Ain't no skill involved in that. So to call it a career is crazy, but this is what a lot of kids, and regardless if it's your sons, your daughters, your brothers or your sisters or whatever the case, are gonna have to deal with in the coming years, because OnlyFans is huge. Although most of the women don't really make a lot of money off of it.
Not a lot.
You could, but if your naked pictures is out there, it's nothing for people to get a hold of these and recognize you a dad. And now you out there and your kids is getting ridiculed and bullied every day, and then gotta see their mom or sister naked. He said he's showing it to them. Look at this.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Just think about it. Can you imagine somebody showing you your sister or your mom butt naked on their phone? Bro, like I remember running into one of my dad's friends.
Just saying something about somebody's mama.
Yeah, but I remember running into one of my dad's friends. I was in a video store one time with my son getting some video. He came out the little back room with the curtain. You know the one back in the day. And I was like, you know how I felt then? Like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I just seen it. He tried to drop that red tape. Like, no, I ain't got this red tape. But I'm saying, like, it's gotta be something like of shock and just embarrassment that you feel, man, when you see a family member or a mom or a sister like that, something that you will never live down as a kid. It's people that we still tease now the same way. They got the same nickname from the 6th or 7th grade, the same name. Now imagine that, man, and you had that throughout your life, and that's how people know you. That's just crazy to me, man. So
that is, I mean, and the sad part is it's more so normalized now. And when these folks putting it on there, they don't understand like the trauma that they causing, their kid or their sibling when they out here putting out their OnlyFans, man. I posted a video. One of the comments said she had a 29-year-old son. Said she's the only mom out of his little group of friends that didn't have an OnlyFans, and I guess she was in her mid to late 40s. And,
I mean, it's the easy route, man. It's the equivalent of selling dope for men. You know what I mean? Like, it's not as, I would say, not as dangerous as selling dope or whatever, but I always just view it as people that are looking for the easiest route to make a lot of money, and just regardless of the morals or the consequences. I mean, it's legal. You know what I mean? Like, there are consequences to it though. It's just, like I said, man, the internet, we're still in the infancy stages of the internet overall. You know what I mean?
Wow,
like we got 20 years of experience as a culture. But as technology and things continue to advance, man, it's already wild. You know what I'm saying? People's having sex with robots and AI and all this type of foolishness. OnlyFans was just somebody the dude that he made billions off of it. That COVID year, man, changed the game.
Man, it's crazy. And what folks don't understand, when you press send, when you put something on the internet, whether you put it on Pornhub, OnlyFans, X videos, it's on there forever. No matter how much you try to scrub the internet, there's somebody with a screenshot, video record your video right now. So there's no scrubbing it once you hit send.
Listen, ladies, don't Google the whole phase expert. I'ma just, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. Y'all know my tactic. Don't do it. But listen, check this out. I'm joking. But check this out. I'm looking at this, right? It says the annual average income for OnlyFans creators is $4,995. Most of these OnlyFans models ain't making no money off of it. They just putting themselves out there for the world to see. So the average mom, the average sister that's out there like that, they ain't really making that money like that.
Shit, but money at Five Guys.
Is it even worth it? You know what I mean? But
you can keep your dignity and go work somewhere instead of this, because what a lot of women don't understand, aside from the effect that it has on your siblings, your kids, whatever the case, is that once a man finds out that you did OnlyFans or you were a stripper or something like that, in most cases, you are going in the sex only category. Regardless of how you feel, regardless of how long you say it was ago, you don't do that no more. That's not the same. No, because in our mind, we like, you would do anything. For money. That is not the type of woman that I want to be around seriously. But we will feed you to the mattress for a little while. And that's just the reality of the situation.
They're the crash dummies out there that want those type, will consider marrying or having children with those type of women. But you're right. For most guys, it's automatic. It's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? Like, so I remember, in my comment sections, a lot of times the discussion of would you date a stripper comes up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, for me personally, no. Like, but I've smashed a couple. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not against strippers. You know what I'm saying? I support the movement and all that. But when it comes to the choice that you make on who's gonna be your woman and who's gonna raise your kids, like if I got the option to choose between a project manager or a woman with the actual career, why would I choose the OnlyFans chick? You know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah. You support the movement of them cheeks in your face. That's the movement you support out here. I mean, not now. He's a married man now. I'm talking about back then.
Yeah. You gotta be supportive. All right, man. Let's keep things rolling now. This next video clip is a clip from, I believe it's called the No Fugazi podcast, where the host is actually using a woman's own preferences against her. The woman is having a discussion about why a man is too short for her to date, and we'll take a look at his response.
Just to lose weight. I don't want a man who's only going to judge me based on my size.
We don't want a woman that's only gonna base us based off our height. I'm 6'4", he's 5'8". But you said that he's disqualified because he's 5'8".
I didn't judge his character.
But you judge his height and he doesn't qualify for you. The same way he doesn't qualify for you, with your figure, a lot of guys you won't qualify for.
Give me a second.
Oh man, it always cracks me up when I see women, these kind of videos where they have no problem whatsoever telling men how they not good enough, how they not on their level, how they wouldn't woo with you. Yeah. But the moment a man talks about the qualifications or the standards that men have, it's all of a sudden a problem. You know what I mean? Like, and it's usually women that are the least desirable that have these kind of outlandish stances. I can't even count the number of times women in my comments will say things, and I'm gonna click on your page, or I can just see your profile pic. Yeah. And I'm like, man, this ain't a woman that it would even be in my atmosphere when I was a bachelor. You know what I mean? Like, so it's crazy.
I did a live the other day, and I was talking about this very thing about overcompensating when you lack certain things. And one thing I said during that live was that pretty women or women that's really shaped nice and men with money can have the audacity out here in the dating world. They have the freedom and the room to be unrealistic and just want these here things that most people would consider outlandish. But when you have things that the majority of the opposite sex wants, you can be that way. But when you're on the opposite end of that, and now you have the majority of things that the opposite sex don't want, whether it's a really short man or whether it's a really big woman, now you have to understand that you have to overcompensate in some other area to take their mind off of that. And so a lot of women don't like it when you put a mirror to their face. Again, like Terry said, they could talk all day about how they don't want to date short men, just like in this clip. But the minute
broke men, short men,
or broke men, whatever, and the minute the man turning around and say, "Yeah, but it's a lot of guys that won't date you because you 275, sweetheart." Now here come the tears. Here comes the victim. Here comes the victim is coming out now. Now I'm a victim. She tried to change it, and she said she tried to move the goalpost, but I didn't judge his character. Nobody said nothing about character.
Nothing about your character.
Nobody
said nothing about yours.
You judged his physical appearance. He did the exact same thing with you. And women don't understand that the more money a man makes, the more he's going to judge your physical appearance even more so. Just like the prettier the woman is, she's going to judge his pockets even more so. because that's just the way it is. And you cannot get mad at it. You cannot say that
It
it's
is what it
unfair,
is.
because the dating world is not fair and nobody owes you any grace when it comes to it.
Yeah, and it's crazy because when the women have stands, and they'll be quick to tell you, they savage about, hey, you too short, you too this, you too light, you too dark, you too this, you
Come
too
on.
that. But like you said, as soon as a man has stands, hey, you overweight, and that's when it's a problem.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, because majority of the time, the way that dating is set up with men having to be the initiators, most guys just ain't ever gonna shoot they shot at you. You know what I mean? Like, so like we all seen the bodyguard friend that try to keep the guys off the cute chick. Ain't nobody coming to approach her. You know what I mean? Like, so she doesn't have, like the same kind of interactions with me, and nobody's checking for you. And that's a horrible spot to be in. We were just mentioning during the prep for the show, we were talking about what y'all say, incels, the guys that are just struggling and kind of, invisible to women. That's got to be a horrible position to be in. But for most people, you can do something about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, self-improvement's a real thing. Like that chick in the video. If you that serious, if you willing to cry when somebody talk about your weight, sis, do something about it.
I'll train
better. Something.
You know what I mean?
But she's not ugly though. She's a nice looking girl. So she probably got dudes that come at her, but she's just a big girl. But you know what? I catch a lot of flack for on social media when I talk about how I don't want to date no chick with wigs.
Really?
Oh, they call me all types of names, man. Look, well, if you want to wear wigs, then you must be gay. You gotta be gay because you talking about wigs. Ain't nobody else on here. Look, sweetheart, I'm just talking about my preferences and what I don't like. I don't like wigs. I can't beat the other day they put Beyonce on there with her natural hair, getting her hair done. Yeah. I said, man, her natural hair looks 10 times better than any old silly looking wig. Man, I had 100 women under my comment. Calling me names, talking about me. I'm like, yo, I didn't even tag nobody.
You know
Why are y'all so upset?
We ain't allowed to have preferences.
Yeah, you know what? That's and I'm with you on that. The wigs or even the hair wig to some degree. But I think like the natural hair has just kind of been normalized, relatively recent, maybe over the past, I want to say, decade or so. So I think that's where the resistance is coming there.
Yeah, I never really understood why they take so. I guess maybe because guys are forced to deal with rejection throughout their lives. Like, I'm not offended if a woman says she wouldn't date a guy that I fit that description. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, but I'm also, I gotta kind of always remind myself, well, you are very lucky as far as, the success you've been able to have with women, even though I feel like I put in the work, I put in the hours, I learned how to be able to have a conversation. I learned how to be able to talk her out her thong. So it's well deserved, you know what I mean? Like, but we all know there are multiple ways to be able to have success with women. But I ain't never been rich. I ain't never had to just offer chicks money or do some of the little things that I frown upon. Being able to get it just from chicks liking me as a person. Those are the kind of things that I take pride in as a man. And it actually led to what we doing now, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I would have felt bad for Shorty if she hadn't excluded dude because of his height. If he just came out and talked about her being big, and then
that would have been out of line. That would be out of line.
Then I would have felt bad for her. But because she excluded him, and this is what I mean, like, people don't take into account what they actually are in the dating market, right? Because in reality, a woman that size should be happy to get a dude like that, even if he 5'7".
Anybody, really, you know what I mean?
She should be
anybody
ecstatic.
in general, but yeah, like you're not in a position to be having
picky,
like stop.
Having audacity. Stop. That's what I'm saying. Like, because he might be a really good dude. Y'all might stand at the same height. Like, you cannot. It's like a dude. It's like a guy coming out here and he's 38 and he pushes carts into the cart corral at Target, right?
Right.
And it's chicks in his vicinity that's average type of women, right? That's average type of women, maybe a little heavier. Whatever. He's like, nah, I don't want to date them because they just average, bruh. You average.
There you go.
You're average. What are you talking about?
You need some self-awareness.
Yeah, but you see that more from women because social media, the panderers, they friends, everybody tells them that they don't have to settle for something. But what they don't understand is that it's not enough men out here willing to settle on you. They don't look at it as a man settling on them. Even though they want this top percentile man, $100,000 guy, he'd be settling for an overweight woman like that.
Facts.
That's just what it is.
And whether it's fair or not, man, I judge dudes by how they women look, man. Like your baby mama pull up looking like an Eminem character, sir.
Oh man, you went to the baby mama.
Ooh. MC.
I mean, I got standards, bro. Like, so that tell me what your standards really are.
No, Terry. No, man. No. Time out.
Hey, man. That's a fair game. We judge women by their baby daddies, SD.
Hold on. Because
go ahead.
Wait a minute. Hypothetically speaking. Listen, hypothetically speaking, 20 years ago, she might have been a size 6.
I was just about to get to that. I was about to say
that Depo done made her 26.
You know what?
I understand that, but I gotta be. If you could show a picture of when you were with her, she was, that's understandable. But there's some guys who baby mom, you go back to the before the baby pics,
high school.
It's still a humiliating look. You know what I mean? But
baby pics.
But I mean, I'm saying that to say I think most guys do that. Like we know that guys will pay a female, an attractive woman just to be on his side or just to go somewhere with him because your status is largely dependent by your ability to be able to provide a lifestyle and have attractive women. In America, that's synonymous with success. You can't even look at a guy that's successful I guess there are exceptions to the rule. The Steve Jobs, maybe where they tech nerds or something like that. But for the most part, the guys that have the skill set to be successful, the intelligence, the drive and ambition, and the finances, that all results in women. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty women too.
The women are a side effect of the success. That's pretty much what it comes down to.
Yeah. And I've never seen a ball player. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. In the past, let's say 10 years, have you seen a ball player, football, basketball, baseball, actor, whoever, younger type of guy, maybe in his 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever, get with an overweight woman that's just average?
Not that I can recall.
Only the ones that were with her before the
I don't. Yeah, exactly. Ones that they
only that they grew with. Yeah.
Yeah. Not that. I'm talking about a bachelor that chooses a chick to be with, and she.
Not at all.
That's usually not the move. But I wanted to touch on the point. Back to the video. A lot of women, when they have these critiques of men, they usually judge men or eliminate men over things that are really out of his control, where their weight is almost 100% in their control. You know what I mean? Like, so even though it's something that she can change or fix, and that we know that they got the super shortcut, they can get a BBL, they can go from being obese to beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Like with a couple of dollars. So a lot of women don't even worry about being attractive because they feel like I'm just gonna get my body done. Or I'm gonna just when I get my taxes, I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it's like their whole kind of mindset is centered around, there's an easy way to make myself more attractive and get into that elite category. Even though that really just boosts you up there for sexual purposes.
Yeah, but a lot of times when they do that and they have poor work ethic, they become fat all
Fat
over
again.
Yep.
and they look horrible. Like, it's some women that I follow and follow my page. I'm like, this chick
You better off getting it out the
spot
mud, man.
Yes, because if you don't take care of that BBL, man, it looked like a BB. What the hell? Because it be toe up. It'd be like, man, something ain't right. Why your shoulders so close to your pelvis? Why you built like that? I'm just
Man,
saying.
I don't have no experience with the BBL, but I've heard some really crazy stories about it,
I have
man.
seen some, bro. And I listen, man, I got stories, but we'll get to that another time, man. So it's all good.
All right, man. We about to take a quick break, y'all. When we come back, we're gonna be getting into tonight's topic. She's too lit, where we're talking about living that live a party, turn up lifestyle, and how that impacts her on the dating market. You are tuned in to the Ho to Husband podcast. We'll be back in a minute. Hi, I'm relationship coach and author Terry Duran, and I am pleased to announce that my book, It's Not That Complicated, is finally available as an audiobook. So if you don't like to read, or you just don't have time to read a paperback book, this audiobook is perfect for you. You can listen to it while you're in your car, while you're at work, etc. In the book, I break down how husband material men think and operate in regards to sex, love, and relationships, and I provide real quality insight on how husband material men approach dating. The audiobook is available on audible.com and on iTunes. All you have to do is go to one of the websites and search for my name, Terry Duran. Go download your copy today. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Ho to Husband podcast. Tonight's episode is titled She's Too Lit. And we just wanted to have a discussion about, party girls and women that live a turn-up lifestyle, and how that's perceived by men in regards to dating and relationships. So the first thing that I want to ask y'all, as single men, if you meet a woman and you follow her, and then you see she's out every Tuesday and Thursday and every weekend and constantly drinking and taking shots and all that, does that impact how you perceive her as far as dating goes?
Absolutely. That's a
100%.
That is an instant turn off. Matt, like Ashley was saying, that's mattress material. Like, I'm trying to get her. Like, if I see that, I'm not taking her serious. Like, I wouldn't take her serious dating wise. Now, would I try to get her into bed? Absolutely. Other than that, but that's probably as far as it's gonna go.
Yeah, that's typically how most men are gonna view it. Men that's out here in the streets being hoes, they're gonna be like, oh man, shorty, where you gonna be at this weekend? Yeah, go take you, turn up, get some drinks, see what's happening afterwards, right? But if a dude wants a serious relationship, he's gonna typically curve that type of woman. Like right now, there is this particular woman that has been trying so hard to get with me, and she's about an 8. She's about an 8 in looks. Nice body, nice looking, nice shape, all of that. And every time I look at her social media, every time she outside, and she's asking me, what's up? Why you won't come meet me? Because she's here in the city. Why you won't meet me? Why you want to get up with me? Why you won't let me come back? And I had to tell her, sweetheart, you outside too much for me. I like a woman that know how to sit in the house.
Chill.
I don't like no woman that's always outside. You out Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You going here, you going there, you doing this, you doing that. I don't want no woman that's doing that. I did that in my younger years. I want a woman that know how to sit at home. And a woman like you don't know how to sit at home. I've had women like you before. And when I try to get them to sit home, they get bored.
They hate it.
You trying to hold me in. You trying to hold me back. They start itching because they in the house too long. They ain't been outside. They ain't went to eat. Now they getting hives and all this. Listen, man, I just don't want to be bothered with a chick like that. If something serious is what I want. So, and women don't.
I don't think that's a sustainable expectation. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. When you in college and you're in your early 20s, that's the norm. Cool. Everybody's that's not held against you. But when you in your 30s and your 40s and all that, and you still living that type of lifestyle, now there's nothing wrong with occasionally going out. But like we talk all the time, people judge your social media and your lifestyle. So if you're not doing any things that show that you can actually bring value to a man's life, trust me, looking good and twerking in a section and taking shots ain't really providing much value, sis. So if that's the only view, even though I know that's kind of like a glamour thing to kind of show their life is turned up and partying and all that, you need to show more substance than that though on social media if you expect to be taken seriously. But I was gonna say before social media though, it would be the way guys would kind of tell if a woman was like that is when you go out, if she know everybody at the club, all the security, she hug all the security guards, she know, bro, like come on, or everybody know her. You walk with a chick and everybody, hey Nikki, oh girl, like, well, damn, how much is you out, Nikki? You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you definitely want to you definitely want to limit your exposure, because you know birds of a feather flock together, and that environment, like you said, that's perfect for whole phase men, because the best way to actually have success with women is keep the drinks flowing, keep everybody in a party mood, you know what I'm saying, like all those things play into the hands of men, you know what I mean, like that's and there's a reason the guys frequent places like that.
Yeah, and an outside chick that's always outside, it's typically women that don't like structure. They don't like structure. And that's why I said I have dated these types of women, and when I try to instill structure, they feel constrained. Like those women that say I'm a free spirit, or what's the other things they use? I'm just living life, or
living my best life,
all that type of stuff. Those are usually those types of women. They typically say the same types of things. And when a man is a grown man, he's looking for a woman to maybe spend his life with, or be stable with, or have a long-term relationship with. He's going to want a woman that's okay with structure, a woman that's okay being led, to where, you know, she listens to his guidance and his direction and different things. Because if she don't like structure, you can't lead her nowhere. She'll just cause you headaches because she wants to be wild and free. She wants to do what she wants to do. And you have to let those types of women go and do what they want to do. Like Terry said, going out occasionally is just fine. I want you to go out with your girls and have a good time. Go to brunch, go do whatever, you know,
special occasions, you know what I'm saying? Like
perfectly fine. But if you got to do this 2 times a weekend, every weekend, you got to be outside, I don't want to be bothered with you. I just don't.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So we obviously know that a woman that has to party and frequently has to hit the scene is a bad look. Could you date a woman that worked in that type of environment? Could you date a bottle girl or a bartender that actually just that's her profession?
Man, it's the same thing, Terry.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, bro.
Yeah. Like, you know what? I almost put it bottle service girl. I almost put her in the same category as a stripper, because you know she's basically in more or less the same outfit as a stripper. Where only thing is, you know, she's not getting naked for a few dollars. She's just serving bottles and getting tipped that way. So I always put it in the same category. Where it's just I don't take her serious if she's like a bottle service girl or you know, a bartender at a spot like that.
Man, listen to me, Terry. These chicks, especially the bottle girls. The bottle girls is looking for the next come up to come in the club so they can get on the next rapper or something like that, or the next scammer or somebody like that. Like, that's just what it is. Bottle girls and some bartenders too. Like, those chicks are good for fun. They not good for the long run. They good. They here for a short time, not a long. Like, you know, I'm serious, because how could I take you serious and every night you out to 3 o'clock at the club?
Shit.
Well, the reason that I asked y'all that, full disclosure. Well, me and my wife met in college, and she was the manager at the most popping club in the city. So I know what dating a bartender. Well, she wasn't out there like that,
Bartender.
but my wife was a bartender, so it comes in handy now. She can make drinks and she tell them what to put in it and all this type of stuff. So me and my friends had lots of free drinks, and it was a great for all my friends back in the day. But I would be there's such a drastic difference between how the club was in the early 2000s to now. She wore regular clothes when she went to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't in there with her ass out and her titties showing, and you know what I'm saying? Like you said, like that's a stripper outfit, or you know what I'm saying, like something that you would expect to see in a stripper outfit. So it is a drastically different thing.
But I don't think most men like women like their woman just outside like that, because just thinking about it, just sitting here, I really don't want to be deal with like a flight attendant either. That's like always out. Yeah, like she always out. Like she move around too much. Even if you look at the divorce statistics, right? If you look at the divorce statistics for the women that file divorce the most and cheat the most, they are nightlife women at bars, bartenders, flight attendants, nurses, women that are outside in these here environments where it's nightlife or kind of moving around like that, and it's men all around. It's a very easy thing to do because women are naturally hypergamous. They want to date up. And so a lot of times women be like, oh man, this dude got this here. I wonder what it'll be like. I wonder what it'll be like to date him. He's the top guy here. Yeah, like, I mean, because women are a lot more easily influenced in certain things when it comes to their feelings. So a lot of men nowadays are becoming hip to the statistics of these here different things and don't want to take these women serious, whether they're a bottle service girl or whether they're a flight attendant, because really they kind of moving in the same circles a lot of time. They just always out, always gone, always doing something. And that's a recipe for disaster 9 times out of 10.
It's a fact.
Yeah, I think kind of the side effects or the elephant in the room when it comes to those type of women is really their group of friends and their kind of group mindset, where they focus on who's gonna give them some weed, who's gonna give them whose house can they go to and turn up, who you know what I'm saying, like who can get them in free, who can they get the hookup from. And you don't see a lot of them doing what it takes to put yourself in a position to succeed long term. And so those type of women that live that type of lifestyle, like you said, like perfect for to invite to the kickback, to the barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Like they're always gonna bring cute friends that's down to smash. Like that's perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like if you around your partners, and you try to create that type of environment. But it's rare for that type of chick to actually make it to wife stage. And so I wanted to ask y'all, is it fair for like a guy to go actually shooting a shot at women in the club and all that, and then to once they start kicking it or whatnot, to try to change her or to get her out that environment like you were mentioning earlier, SD? Is that fair or a realistic thing to expect?
Nope.
Nah.
Nope. Because a lot of times, and I take this back again to this episode with Kanye and Kim Kardashian. When Kanye went to Kim, he said, "Listen, I don't like when you posting all these here pictures all over social media and you half naked. I don't like that. It make me feel some type of way as your husband." Kim Kardashian said, "I was like this when you met me."
She's right.
You knew what it was when you met me. So what's the big deal now?
You bragged about it.
That's the same thing that these here women will tell the men. You met me, I was a stripper. Now you don't want me to strip no more? Like, why? You gonna make up for this money that I'm making? Probably not. So no, I don't think that it's fair. If you don't want to be with a stripper, and true enough, you have the right to change as a man or as a woman, right? Your dude could be a drug dealer, whatever the case. And now you're like, you know what? I don't want you dealing drugs no more. Cool, you have the right to grow, just like the man does. and request something of the partner that you're with. And if they don't want to get with it, then you get gone. But it's not fair, because that's how you met them. That's how they making their money or whatever the case. And you kind of have to deal with it and suck it up or move on. That's why you leave them alone from the get-go. You have standards that you want for your woman or your man from the beginning. That way you don't compromise those standards and morals or whatever it is to where it'll be a problem later. That's it.
Yeah, that's honestly, if you meet a chick, like I said, you meet a stripper, bottle service lady, or someone that's in that kind of lifestyle, man, it's a crash dummy mission to try to change them and get them out of that life. Because a lot of them, they're like knee deep in that lifestyle. Like, they like that, they like the money that they're making, and if not anything else, they like the attention they're getting from it too. Because a lot of these bottle services, like these a good looking chick doing the bottle service.
You're right.
Yeah, you gotta, obviously the more attractive you are, the more success you're gonna have in that type of realm. So I wanted to ask y'all, why do y'all, why isn't there the same type of negativity viewed on men that frequently go out and party?
I think it is.
You think that makes a guy undateable to most women?
Well, I think it makes him undateable to grown women that are serious. Want a partner. Yeah. But when you talking about just your chicks that want to be out here, which is a lot of them that just want to party, have a good time, and have a dude pay for it, that's a lot of them. They're gonna enjoy that and be like, oh man, he popping, he outside, he lit. Let's see what we can get, see if we can go hang around him. Most women are gonna be that way, right? Just like most men are going to see the girl that's outside all the time and be like, cool, I'm gonna try to hit anyway, like whatever. I'm not trying to marry the chick, I just want to hit. She looked good. So yes, I think that it's looked at the same when you talking about the same caliber woman, just like that man that wants a serious relationship or marriage. When you talking about that same type of woman, she don't like no dude hanging out at the strip club every weekend. No dude that's on there showing his gold grills. You know what they be doing and doing all this show offy stuff out at the clubs all the time, and pictures in front of his rims and his car. And like most grown women don't like that type of thing. They like a man that's more reserved, a man that's ready to sit at home. Because again, if he out all the time and now you get with him and you try to constrain him, this dude gonna want to be outside with his boys, because that's what he was doing. He's not ready for what you're ready for. So you have to understand where you are and what fits best for you, and then go after that. But I think that it's the same person.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
I was just to say, I think it's both ways. I think it's yes and no. I think these are one of those things where two things can be true at the same time. Because like SD said, I think, for the grown woman that's actually about her business for real and wants to date seriously, she's not going to really take that guy seriously. But I think there are women out there that feel like they can change that guy and get that guy out of their life. So they'll try to date him and do whatever they can to get him away. And does it work? 9 times out of 10, it ain't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because you would think, I guess people think that as you start to have kids and you get a career or things, you're naturally going to, evolve your behavior, but that's not necessarily true. I've known guys that are married and divorced now, but they still maintain that turn up. I'm always in the sports bar. I'm always at the strip club I'm always around hoes, basically, is the kind of lifestyle that they continue to live. And it's one of the things that I've never really, I ain't gonna say I never went to the clubs and all that, but I never really enjoyed it. I always viewed it as a means to an end. This is where I gotta be to meet hoes. So I'm gonna put on a smiley face and play the part. But once I got married or whatnot, it's super. I like to see my friends come to town and whatnot. But if I'm not going to meet no new chicks, what am I here for? I can do all this at the crib. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I've always viewed it. And I think that's one of the things that makes it easy for me to be married, because I ain't got to be outside constantly.
You ain't got to be outside to go get no coochie. See, the rest of the dudes, they got to be outside to go get some coochie. You know what I mean? You're a married man, so you ain't got to do those types of things. But why do y'all think that? Why do y'all think that so many women, for one, enjoy being outside? What is it that they're benefiting from so much that they have to be outside? And then two, why do you think they don't understand that it actually hurts them for men that want to have serious relationships?
You know what? Like I said earlier, let's just say she's somewhat attractive. Let's just say she's at least a 6 or above, right? She's going to these clubs and get, a certain amount of attention from different men, giving their number, offering to buy her drinks. Obviously she knows they're trying to get her back home. She knows that, but she's going in and playing the game. Even she can parlay her way up to sex to stuff. So she's addicted to that attention that it comes with.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's an opportunity for them to get sexy, to put on their revealing behavior, to actively flirt, to do a lot of things that they may not follow up on or go through with. But it gives them content for their stories. You know what I'm saying? Like it provides, it fills a lot of boxes for a lot of women. And so why not? You know what I'm saying? Like that, especially the single ones. Like if they ain't got nobody at home to stay with and chill with, if it's kind of like that's their most likely place to constantly be around men, but it doesn't necessarily put them in a position to get long-term success. And I think when we're talking about women that come out and show that on their social media, I think it really is a negative when you find out that type the woman or that the guy living that type of lifestyle has kids, and it's like, whoa, I don't never see you with your kids. I don't never see you doing school. You know what I'm saying? I don't never see you doing nothing motherly or like, yeah, right. I would think that is where it will be held against most people.
Yeah, I mean, plus women get to go out and don't have to have no money.
Broke.
A lot of women get to go outside, man, with nothing and go get tipsy. Yeah, go get to sit in the section, especially if they look good. Now, if she facially challenged and she overweight a lot, like she gonna have trouble. But for the women that's halfway decent, they can go out and have a good time because men want to sleep with them with nothing. So I think, and Jay, I think you're right with the attention, because I mean, look at social media. They post half naked just for likes. Imagine what they do in person, going to the club and dudes is sweating them all the time in there. But I didn't think that I didn't think men was really approaching women like that in the club anymore. Because now if you look at like the club videos and all that, everybody on their phone. The guys, the girls, the guys
in a section.
Yeah,
like they get way more money just by selling the bottles, but the interactions, and there ain't no dance floor. Like I was somebody was on my timeline talking about the thing that I had the most, a whole lot of success with, is them 2 or 3 slow dances before the club closed.
Yep.
Like,
yeah, he ain't lying.
That was your opportunity to get up on the chick that you've been making eye contact with and flirting with or whatnot, and you get to get physical. You know what I mean? Like that was one of my favorite moments or favorite things about being in the club.
Play that
They ain't even got no slow. They ain't even got no slow music now for them to even do that too. They got to go back to our era to get the music.
Our era. Yep.
Ain't none of that now. Like you don't have no Jagged Edge, no Drew Hill. You ain't got no
sex music.
Yeah, you ain't got none of that no more. Like the closest you might get is Tank.
Yeah.
Tank, that's about it. And Tank is 46. I mean, he in his 40s.
Our age. Our era, man.
That's what I'm saying. But these here young people, man, most of them ain't listening to no Tank. They don't want to hear no Tank. Maybe Chris Brown every now and then, but he's more pop. So they ain't really got no slow grind, slow dance music where you can get up on a girl and then dance with her and feel some type of way because y'all pelvis to pelvis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, them the vibes, man. Like you can't deny that type of body language. especially in a club environment where you've had time to flirt, you've had time to, you know, say little things, exchange numbers. So those were all things that I you know, really loved about going out. But well, if that ain't what you're doing it for, like I don't understand the dudes that just go to the clubs and sit around. Like you ain't get no numbers, you ain't get on no hoes. You just came here and spent $80. Like what are you
with
doing?
The boys. Like, they gonna hang with their boys.
I guess you know what I'm saying. Like to me,
it's pointless.
To each his own. You know what I'm saying? Like
if I'm going to a club, my goal is to meet a woman. I read like me going to clubs. The only time I go to the club is if I'm out of country or I'm out of state somewhere, and somebody like, hey, let's go here. Okay, let's go to Dre's. Whatever. Like, but outside of that, but I'm saying when I was going to clubs, I'm not leaving here without somebody's number up in here. Like that's the move.
Waste of time.
Yeah, now they'll see you at the club, ladies, and then go home and then get in your DMs. I saw you. You look really nice. I liked your outfit.
Yeah.
Hit me up sometime.
You could have said that about it.
I'm a real one. Man,
they be scared. They be scared to make the moves in real life, man.
Hey, that's why I don't get no Gucci.
All right, man. Look like we are up against the clock. We about to get up out of here. But before we go, man, I want to give another shout out to my man, Brother Soul Productions, for keeping us late for our background music. I want to remind y'all to continue supporting the podcast through our Cash App or PayPal. JSD, man, I appreciate y'all linking up so we can get this episode knocked out.
Yes, sir.
This has been another episode of the Ho to Husband podcast, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.